welcome back to so sweet. Now let's talk about a podcast with host Kylie to me. I'm so to have our songwriter, Lexi. Thanks for fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. So you are a good songwriter. Maybe else I do not be.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Can you just repeat the question? It cut out a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
So you were a songwriter. What made you decide that?
Oh yeah. So I feel like, I know it's cheesy to say, but I do feel like being a singer-songwriter was almost like my destiny. I started writing, because I started writing music before I even learned how to write on paper. Like I don't even know why I started writing. I just know that I did, and I almost feel like it was something God gave me, and once I began, I just never changed my mind.
Oh my God, I love that.
I love that. Like that's what I was. I basically I want being before I can talk. I didn't know the one. Now I know. I don't know what I'm gonna be. I know next couple of years. So journalists are like, oh wait, what this is really I think for me because my time so it's weird. So like how was music and songwriting and like these guys become a huge part of the house and everything. How has it kind of influenced and everything?
Are you asking? Sorry, I don't know why it's hard to hear, but you said about the EP, like what kind of inspired that?
Yeah.
Is that what the question was? Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
So
kind of similar to the pandemic
in the music and everything.
yeah, well, the pandemic definitely greatly affected music for me because I did this whole EP when I was like 15 years old, and I just released it, like on the 27th a couple days ago. So it definitely led to a huge delay. But I did this music and I wrote this EP when I was 15. And like I said, I just graduated high school. But when writing the EP, I was really just beginning high school. So this EP is greatly much so my teenage diary, and it details what I was going through and a lot of my relationships at the time. And I'm really grateful, and I was really grateful to make this body of work under the guidance of my good friend and co-writer Christina Trembolo, and I was lucky to jump into the music industry by her side because she really does believe in me, and I'm really lucky to have someone like that. I also made the EP with other writers such as Lil Eddie, Hans Geraldo, David Rush, Catherine Gallagher, and producers like Jack Formaz, The 44th Floor, Embison, all these incredible musical geniuses.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. How about the 7 songs if you have one kind of meant the most?
Yeah, well, there's 7 songs on the EP, and I would say all of them definitely have hold a lot of meaning to me, but right now, maybe, probably takes it. It probably means the most to me. I wrote the chorus of this song in my bedroom when I was really upset about a personal relationship, and then I brought the song to the studio and finished writing it with Catherine Gallagher. And the process was just incredibly cathartic and, in a way, kind of empowering, and it really reminded me of how much I love the craft of making music and song.
I love that. What
kind of inspired you to write your music? Is there anything specific you write about?
Yeah, well, to be honest, everything kind of inspires me to write music. I write about my personal experiences and relationships. I write about what my friends are going through and experiencing. I write about stories from films or novels. I take inspiration from kind of anything I consume throughout the day.
I love that. That's how
I am. Do you have movie shows or anything for inspiration? Is there any shows that you guys have or anything?
Are there any particular shows? Well, I guess I'm trying to think of instances when I've been inspired. Well, okay, I've recently, this is kind of cliche, but I don't know. Do you know who Colleen Hoover is?
No.
The novelist?
No.
I've
Okay.
always seen her somewhere.
I've always seen her somewhere.
Yeah, because she has this book called It Ends With Us. And I read it and I was so like emotionally invested. And so I'm working on a song kind of inspired by that. Oh, this just came to me. I put out a song in January called Paradise Falls, and it's completely about the movie Up. So,
Gosh,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Oh my god, it's so
It's so scary, but so good to say.
Yeah.
And so you
had the privilege to perform at the Super Bowl Festival in California. What was that experience like?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Performing at the Supergirl Pro Festival was probably one of my favorite memories, if not like my absolute favorite. I was on this huge stage with this incredible band of musicians in front of this gorgeous ocean. Everyone there was just so happy, and it was such a sweet audience to perform to. After performing, I remember one of the security guards came up to me and he told me that he really believed in me and that I should keep doing this. And I believe his name was David, but that really meant a lot to me. And the whole experience was just so magical, and all the memories I made while rehearsing were also just as magical.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
For my solo release, it was a weird comedy setting.
Thanksgiving,
like Thanksgiving parade, music hall, birthday gala, parade hall. Everyone connects to that. Like we're just so first or going to like big places and those.
No. I mean, I don't think you can expect that to happen to you. I mean, I will say though that I am a ridiculously hopeful person, and I've always really believed in myself, but even so, I feel like I always have recognized how much luck is really involved in the industry. And I mean, there's so many brilliant and talented people that never get to experience the spotlight, and that's simply due to one factor, and that is a lack of luck. And when I auditioned to be in the Camp Broadway Youth Ensemble, and then when I was accepted and invited to perform at all these iconic places, I was really grateful and fortunate because I kind of knew it's kind of a game of luck.
Yeah, exactly.
People always tell me things really do for me.
Like as long as you work
hard for it, you'll achieve it. Like how hard does the pandemic really impact you?
Like mentally,
and how much has it
It's like
for me personally, I would have done the opposite.
So it really has changed.
Yeah.
So it really has changed for me. Conflict has changed for every person, every day.
How has the pandemic like affected me mentally? Is
Yeah,
that
in
what it was?
in like physically and like for a lot of things.
It's like connection. Okay, I think my connection's back. I'm so sorry for these technical problems. I mean, the pandemic definitely was a lot because it felt like up until that point I was constantly in a rehearsal or preparing for a show, and I was just constantly focused on music and constantly working. And then when that happened in March, I feel like it was so extreme. It was like all at once, and then it was nothing. And that was definitely really tough. Yeah, it was really tough. But I think now coming out of the pandemic, it just makes me so much more excited, and it really like showed me how much I really love this and how much I don't want to be away from it like that ever again.
Yeah, exactly. Like
for me, I was basically doing every day, like going out, having music, everyday life.
And once the pandemic
happened, I was always happy.
Either was like hanging out
with friends, or supporting the band, or do all these things. How am I supposed to spend the whole nothing but this concept. So you doing things. I'm like, how am I supposed to stick home? I was like, oh, this could be bad. Like, this is some possibility. But then I'm like, I just want to leave this child. I make it forward. Like, it's what you need for.
Yeah, it was definitely like a period of like just a lesson of gratitude almost, because it really made me realize how much I appreciate everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone they looked up to as a singer-songwriter, or as in general? Do you have anyone they looked up to?
Oh, I'm so sorry. It like stopped for a minute. My connection, I think my like service is really poor. Can you just repeat your question?
Oh, no, it's all. Like, do you have anyone they looked up to as a singer-songwriter, or is it anyone they looked up to?
Yeah. So I look up to a lot of artists for a lot of different reasons. So when it comes to inspirations for just pure songwriting, I have to list like Billy Joel, the Beatles, Taylor, of course, Taylor Swift, Alanis Morissette, Joni Mitchell, Andy Schaaf, and I think all those writers convey like real stories about real people through simple yet kind of sophisticated melodies, and I'm obsessed with all their discographies for sure.
Me too.
Like, I can tell you really like the old movies. You saw the one. I'm obsessed with the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
Like, do you have a favorite old song from the 80s? Or like a favorite kind of genre?
A favorite song from the 80s or 90s? Is that
Yeah, or a favorite genre.
My favorite song from the 80s or 90s? Okay. Well, right now I've been listening to Uninvited by Alanis Morissette a lot because I feel like it's such like a cinematic experience. Like the song, like the way that it builds, and I think it's actually on like a film soundtrack. So that's probably why. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. But that song, I really like Desert Rose right now by Sting. So yeah, those cinematic experience kind of songs are my jam right now.
Love that. Like, have you ever heard of, this is gonna get old, this song is kind of a new kind of song, but have you ever heard of Marry Me from the Jennifer Lopez movie that came out this year?
The what's it called? Sorry.
Marry Me?
Marry Me? Oh, the film? Marry Me? Oh, yeah. I saw that film with my mom, actually. The J-Lo film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
film is so good. The one that the song has Marry Me.
Yeah, I think it's with Maluma, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Maluma,
Yeah, I like that song. I enjoyed that film. It was fun.
Yeah, she has found herself before they get into herself. I think. That's a pretty quick. I think I know she gets one for the edit by herself.
Yeah.
And so, when you collaborate with any songwriter?
Yeah, I mean, I want to collab with everyone, but I would say Lennon Stella or Frank Ocean. I say Frank Ocean kind of selfishly because I just want to see him produce in real time, but Lennon Stella because I think her musicianship is absolutely insane, and I think we would write really well together.
I love that. So the final question is, what's the advice for generations how to do like
Yeah, well, I had someone say this to me, and I think about it a lot, and they said that if you can picture yourself in any other career, do that. And if you can't picture yourself in any other career, then go for it. And I feel like that just completely sums up the sentiment of the music industry. But yeah, but if you can't see yourself doing anything else, and go for it and believe in yourself and give it everything you have. And if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you, and I know that you have everything it takes.
Exactly. Love that. And someone told me, like make sure, I really was because someone told me a month ago.
Yeah.
That he said make your bed when you're doing the country. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
Because like if you make your bed every day, that's the first thing you've done. You're continuing, you get things done from there. You know, the songwriting, producing, writing, meditating, no matter really, you always get things done. At least that's the one thing you have to list.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like totally all up to you. Like, it's not anyone else that's gonna do the work for you. Like, you've got to be the leader of the ship, and you've got to make it all happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Seriously, it's been amazing. I just love to with you. And we'll definitely keep you sure what's coming out again.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kylie, for inviting me on your podcast, and I love talking to you, and I hope we stay in touch. I love this podcast. I was listening to a few episodes, and it's amazing.
Oh my
God, thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely stay in touch for sure. Really, thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.